people. Allow me to raise the volume on the vocal mic here and turn off the little fan I have down there. It's hot, like crazy hot here today. And what's going on, my friends? It's your old pal Sean Pierce Johnson here, and welcome to the last SPJ Live. It's a bittersweet day. It's a bittersweet moment. But we're going to be talking about a lot of things today, catching up on some things that have been happening, some moving and shaking, and most importantly, we're going to acknowledge what we've done here in the last few years. We're going to acknowledge the relationships that we've forged, the friendships that we've made. We're going to celebrate what we did, but also, I'm going to tell you guys what the deal is here, like why this is happening, where my head is at as far as doing these live streams, why they're coming to an end, and hopefully by giving you guys an idea of where I am as a guitar player and as a musician, you guys will be quite excited about what I'm going to be doing with my time in the future, since I'm not going to be devoting so much to worrying about how these streams are going to go. But I can't talk about the future without talking about where we started and who all is here. We got 9 people watching right now, which is a fantastic way to get things started. I've seen a lot of familiar names in the chat already, which is, of course, what I love to see. And there's some names joining in that have been able to come in here and there, some newer names in there as well. But wherever you are watching from today, whether you're watching this live and in person, or whether you're watching this sometime in the future on replay, I greatly appreciate that. So allow me to focus on the chat for a moment, and let's see who all is here. Mr. Unbelievable is here. How you doing, buddy? And yes, it's the end, but all good things do have to come to an end. Somebody once decided that was the way of things. Terry's 3G's in the house. How you doing, Terry? Great to have you here. Hope you all are doing well. Gillis DeBilio in the house. How you doing, Gillis? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope all is well. Hope that astronaut reverb is still treating you well. I do remember that from our live pedal auction. That was nice and fun. And of course, the one and only. That's right, Ben. You get a special. The one and only Ben Coombs. Great to have you here, buddy. I would say probably one of the earliest adopters of the live stream format, as well as the person who probably successfully built a channel using the live stream format. He was doing more live streams before anybody else decided to do it, because, you know, the thing, which we'll get into that in a little bit. RJ, the Mad One, how you doing, buddy? Great to have you here. Thank you so much. Good thing you didn't copyright it. I personally took it as a wrestling fan. You know, when the Undertaker was the biker gimmick, his powerbomb finishing move was called the Last Ride. So I kind of took a cue from the Dead Man on titling this stream The Last Ride, or at the very least promoting it as a last ride. And again, so much to talk about as far as how these streams are ending regularly and what could happen in the future. Lucas Fowler in the house. How you doing, Lucas? Thanks so much for coming by and enjoying the stream with us. I'm glad that you are here, and we're gonna be able to have you involved in this as well. And for those of you who don't know, Lucas also does demos here on YouTube, and he and I have been demoing a lot of the bootlegger stuff. So if you've seen my videos and want to see another angle from it, please go check out the videos that he is making. Janice Lala in the house. How you doing, Janice? Great to have you here. And oh boy. First off, two troublemakers in the house today. First off, Mr. Albus Band himself. How you doing, buddy? Great to have you here. But the real trouble, the real trouble. Hide everything, ladies and gentlemen, including your ketchup. It's Quentin James, everybody. Everybody run. Everybody duck. Everybody hide. No, we're not going to hide from Quentin. We're not afraid of Quentin. Nobody should be afraid of Quentin. I'm not afraid of you, Quentin. Come on. Come at me, bro. I'm kidding. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. And look at this. Dad's tuning in. Hi, Dad. Good to see you, Dad. Raise that volume. On the voice or on the guitar? I could do both. I do feel like the voice audio is... There we go. Voice audio a little better. I'm going to put the guitar volume up. I don't want to, you know, do anything. Let's put it pretty clean up. Yep, that's sounding pretty good, I think. There we go. We'll be seeing the family soon. Sooner rather than later, which is always good. Let's see. Can we get a little volume boost on the vocal mic? Okay, I did a little bit of that. A little bit of that. Sassy Cat in the house. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. It's been great to see some of you guys that I've hung out on other streams start to come check out this stream, which has been really, really nice. So greatly appreciate you guys all being here. Oh boy, wow, this chat is moving by really, really fast. So I'm trying to make sure I get in with everybody. Oh no, it's the sister to the mister. It is Amanda Coombs. How you doing, Amanda? We'll talk about the pedal board in just a little bit. It's like, something's not right there. But hey, Amanda, good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, buddy, long time. It is Robin Flink. Dude, Robin and I, we go back, okay? We go so far back to, like, days in the internet when message boards were still a thing. We were both members of the Racer X message boards. For those of you who don't know about that message board, those were some good times. Those were some good times. But it's good to see you, Robin. It's 2:30. Go to bed. Go to bed. Do you guys still need the voice up? Because I can raise it up just a little bit more. I have it overhead right now, and I don't want to increase the level of it like too much, because we have like ambient fan noises and whatnot. So, Quentin knows he has to behave because Dad's in the house. Behave yourself, sir. Behave yourself. Scott Brockway in the house. How you doing, Scott? Great to have you here. Thanks so much for joining in. Looks like Dad's getting a little bit of love, as he should. Settle down there, Ingve. Oh. You know what's really weird lately is I've actually gone back a ways into like listening to some older Ingve tunes, and I've been like a little bit more into that, like the rhythm style, like the stuff that would be played underneath all the sweepy sweeps and the shreddy shreds, which you saw a little clip of in the 75th anniversary Strat video with that little riff that I did. I just really liked this sort of... It felt a little Ingve, but it also kind of in my head reminded me of the Racer X song YRO, which basically just stands for Ingve Ripoff. So I put it, I titled that little segment YRXO, because I'm a nerd like that. Oh boy, ain't that great. And oh dude, the best the guitar has sounded on a stream. Damn. Well, that is, man, That is a great compliment. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, buddy. Oh, man. Oh, boy, this chat is moving fast. This chat is moving fast. Making sure that I get everybody. Jay Steen in the house. How you doing, buddy? Great to have you here. Thank you so much for being here. Quentin stealing licks. Probably need to send this kid a check. Residuals can be made in any amount that is over $10, and they can all be sent to my P.O. box. Just so as you know. Aaron with the super chat. Farewell, you so-and-so. I'll see you in January, so you hide all you want from the interwebs. Me and DBC are coming for you. You guys are welcome anytime. You guys are welcome anytime. Absolutely. Voice is quiet. Is the voice still quiet? I'm trying to, like, really keep up with this, but the chat just keeps moving fast, so, you know, I just can't, just gotta keep me posted on that. Let's see. There we go. All right, Simon Hosford, how you doing, buddy? I saw your name pop up on the chat in my analytics recently. I checked out some of your stuff. You were playing with like a Racer X tribute group. That was some good stuff. It's nice to see. I had just listened to Second Heat. It's funny. I had just listened to Second Heat, and I was listening to Sunlit Nights, and your video for that cover popped up, and you guys did a great job on that. That's probably one of my favorite songs on Second Heat is Sunlit Nights. Probably the most pop Racer X gets on that record outside of the David Bowie cover. Yeah, and there was a message board. It was great. Really good times. Really, really good times. All right. There we go. Play some Racer X before I go to bed. Oh, you jerk. Oh, what can I play? I'm not gonna completely mess up too, cause I can't. I have forgotten every Racer X lick and riff that I've learned. Man, I know the easiest one that I know. Yeah, I do know that one. That one. I know. I know just that much. Just that much. Jay is saying, I had to come by and when I seen alerts your finale, good luck with it. Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate that. Break it out. Dad's drinking Racer 5. Well, and incidentally, for those that don't know, and most of you probably don't, it is National IPA Day. So if y'all want to break out your favorite IPA, I've gone with Sierra Nevada's Dankful, generously hoppy IPA, which this is my last one of. So cheers to all you for joining in. That's a good one. That's a good one. I always like that solo for Let the Spirit Fly. Really, really tasty to start out, and of course gets really, like, it doesn't veer into that territory of, like, super shreddy. Paul keeps it really tasteful on that one. really good stuff on that one. Oh, there we go. Putting that in, yes, definitely a great record. James Murphy, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Totally dug the 75th anniversary Strat video. Didn't know I needed that thing. Well, cheers to you, James. And yeah, it's, you know, this Strat series that I've been doing is so interesting because first off, I didn't really realize that Fender was gonna be the like total MVP of it, because when I got in touch with Martin, my rep at Fender, he was all into it. Like I didn't even need to do convincing. He was just like, "Hey, we just came out with the American Pro 2s a month ago. Would you like to check out one of those?" And every time that I've, you know, been in touch with him, he's always interested in like seeing what's next and like moving forward in the series. I mean, we've looked at 3 different Fender Strats because, you know, he's wanted to be involved with this, and it's really, really awesome. And to me, I feel like the 75th Strat is it's so good that it's like the American Pro 2 with just a couple little tweaks and a couple little things in this that I'm totally into it. And I really love the American Pro 2, especially because that Dark Knight finish is just so awesome. But the other thing about the 75th is that it's got the locking tuners, which are kind of becoming like a necessity for me. They just make string changes really, really easy, and the Fender ones work very, very well. But also those custom shop Fat 60s pickups are just, they're probably my favorite set of Fender pickups I've ever heard. And that's not to say that the American Pro 2 pickups, the V-Mod pickups, are bad. It's just they're a different, more modern sounding single coil pickup to my ears. They have a bit more of a modern EQ curve to it, whereas the 75th definitely fits that 60s school and is usually, to me, I always admire the 60s Strat Tones over other Strat Tones. Most of the Strats that I tend to gravitate towards, the players, their pickups tend to be more later, you know, in the thing, so to speak. I don't know. But that's just me. That's just my opinion, but who the hell am I? Ah, Scott liked the way that one sounded, but he needs a telly first. I understand that feeling. Tellys and Strats are a really interesting animal. That debate is one that so many people, they get on like, the Strat is it, the telly is it. And having both now, finally, again, after years, I can honestly say, like, I can't swap one for the other. They all have, there's such a difference to the two that neither is necessarily better than the other, but you will tend to lean on one more than the other. I personally, for the music that I like to play, the style of playing that I play with, the way I pick, the way I attack the strings, the telly is actually better for me than a Stratocaster. But having said that, and having had, now I have 3 Stratocasters in the house, there are things that a Stratocaster can do that only a Stratocaster can do. And so there's no, I'm never going to tell anyone, like, don't bother with a Strat, get a telly. Don't bother with a telly, get a Strat. You're going to need both. You just are. like I need to deoxit on some of these solder connections. Just messing about, you know. I'm still broken up about a lot of the pedals I bought for $120 with it. Oh, man, that's harsh. Matt Cisterna in the house. How you doing, Matty? Good to see you here. Hope you are doing well. Looks like we'll see. Well, clearly we know what's going on here. We all know what that is here, so we can just go ahead and put that person in timeout. We don't need any of that here. We don't need any of that here. We don't need any of that here. Oh, okay, now I get it. There you go. Well, we've got that. Someone clearly needs a hug. Seemed like a lot of work. Love myself jacket. There you go. Now, what I wanted to say, Pizza More has some of the tasties. Thanks for the Swamis tip. Glad you like that one. Glad you like that one. All right, there we go. We've taken care of that problem. Oh, and look who showed up. It's Lillian. How you doing, Lillian? We always gotta make sure that Lillian gets some of these. There you go, Lillian. Hopefully that'll tie you over for a little while. Oh, man. But it is so good to have a lot of you here. I see Sassy Cat says he's more of a Sam Cherry Wheat guy. You know, I tried Cherry Wheat one time, and I was not a fan. And I really wanted to be a fan, actually, because I love a good wheat beer. But the cherry was very... I don't know. It kind of tasted like Dimetapp to me. But that could just be... maybe I had a bad one. I don't know. You know what's ironic about there being a troll in the dungeon is I was actually going to address something vaguely to what he suggested. Because obviously the title of this is The End. This is the finale of SPJ Live. And I've been promoting this as like one last ride. And I did want to actually address that because obviously live streams have become a regular thing in the world over the course of the last few years, and everybody's doing them. And obviously now I've decided that I'm not going to be doing them. And notice that I've said I can't do these regular live streams anymore. They just take up far too much of my time. They're always, they're always happening. They're always creeping up on me, and I can never actually be prepared. And with what I'm doing these days and where I see myself going is I see a lot of this has to do with some recent experiences that I've had in the live stream world, as well as in the producing demos world. The big thing for me has been everybody's doing a live stream right now. Like, everybody. And I don't want to discredit anyone who's been doing so many live streams. Like, I talked about Ben a little bit ago. Ben, you've basically built your channel off of having people on for live streams, whether it is for interviews or whether they're joining you in person. A lot of what you have done to build your channel, and you've done a very good job of, you have really utilized the live format to be part of what you do. And I think that's great. My problem has been now with, the world still dealing with the pandemic, has been that everybody now is starting a live stream. And I have no interest anymore in trying to keep up with the Joneses, so to speak. There is absolutely nothing in me that wants me to try and move forward, upping the production value and just camera quality and audio quality. And last week, you guys know I had a little bit of a stomach thing, wasn't feeling that great, and I actually had to back out of something that was going to be a live to tape streaming show, and I had to back out of it. And getting sick was obviously the reason that drove me out of it. But before I really got sick, we were going back and forth with all these different third-party programs and pieces of software that are just like, they're supposed to route audio from Pro Tools and iTunes, and they're supposed to route them virtually in your computer and get them to your live streaming platform. It's supposed to work with Zoom. It should work with Zoom, and it just doesn't. It just didn't. And I'm so sick of the rat race of dealing with just constantly keeping up with now a new format of the live stream. Like, my wife, God bless her, I love her to death. She gets me this wonderful USB to HDMI converter so that I can use the cameras that I use for making videos on these live streams. Right now, you're actually viewing me through the camera that I normally record all my demos with. And, God bless her. I had no idea she was going to do that. I didn't ask for anything like that. She just went out of her own accord and being her awesome self, and she found that. She read review after review after review, and luckily this wasn't expensive. But at the end of the day, I'm chasing something that, to me, it's like, as soon as this is all over, how many people are really gonna stay with this? And I am not going to spend tons of time trying to keep up with the Joneses, because I do not care anymore. I know Aaron will understand what I say. My dad will probably understand this when I say it. Like, when it's come to these live streams, the amount of them that there are, the technology and the back end stuff that you have to deal with, I've totally lost my smile when it comes to these live streams. And thus it's time that it needs to stop. The live streams need to go. Before I keep going, I want to acknowledge that JJ's House of Jams, what's up, neighbor? Have a good rehearsal. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you tuning in on the way to rehearsal. And I want to give a shout out to some guy I haven't seen in a long time, Brian Bray. What up, buddy? It is so good to see you. Bray and I used to work together at New Neighbor many years ago. Chances are, if you ordered a pedal from New Neighbor during my time with the company, it was packed to you and shipped by Mr. Bray over there. So it is always good to see you, buddy. Hope you are doing well. But I've lost my smile when it's come to these things. I don't want to constantly have to, like, worry about technology and downloading softwares, like, just to try to get the thing working for the pilot that I ended up having to back out of because of getting sick. I had downloaded like 3 pieces of software that I'm probably never going to use again. And I just don't want to deal with that. And something that Aaron is saying right here, our love of music is always king. The rest is fun, but not a responsibility to keep. And that's totally true. I have felt so much recently that I just want to... I need to take some time off to try out some new ideas and formulate some new ideas. Because gear is great, but music is really what we serve. We don't serve the gear. The gear serves us in a way for us to create art and to create music and something beautiful. And really, a lot of the gear that I've gotten recently has really pushed me into this creative territory where that's what I want to focus on. I want to focus on tracking bass. I want to focus on tracking guitar. I want to write some new ideas. I want to make music again. And I feel like over the course of the last little bit, I just haven't really been doing all that much with it. And it's time to get back to that. Now, to make another point on that, I'm not doing these live streams regularly anymore. It won't be a regular thing. But I'm not ruling out being a part of other live streams. I see RJ's mentioning something. Do an occasional roundtable live show with others. That will still be fun for you, I think. Exactly. Stuff like that where it's like we have a topic to talk about. If people want me on their shows, I'm all for it. I'm totally up to chat with people. I've recorded some podcasts in the last few months with this setup that have a video element to it. So it's not like me and live streams are going to be like, it's going to be like live streams are not persona non grata. I'm still going to be making appearances on other people's live streams, and chances are, you know, there's going to be live streams that happen on this channel as well. One of the things that I really got into was, instead of wasting my time doing these overly produced unboxing videos, is just to unbox stuff with you guys here live on the channel. And I like that part of it. I like being able to just unbox something, nothing rehearsed, nothing edited. We open it, the camera is rolling, and we do some first impressions. That I like, and I will continue to do it, but I'm not going to be doing it. I'm not going to be doing it every week. I'm not going to be doing it every other week. Unboxings happen as gear comes in. Some things I can't unbox because it's a content embargo, where I'm subject to a release date. But last year, we did a live stream around my birthday, and that was a lot of fun. Who's to say I wouldn't want to do a hangout with a bunch of you guys and a bunch of my friends virtually again this year? That's not totally outside the equation, but I'm not going to be doing these things on a regular basis anymore. It's time to refocus. It's time to really, honestly, truly get back to really connecting with this. I will be spending time practicing. I'll be spending time writing, spending time recording, and there will be ways that you can, of course, keep up with that. But for the month of August, and really until I feel like I'm ready, there's not going to be a regular video upload. And there's definitely not going to be any live streams. But I need to kind of get back to center, as it were. See, like, even like stuff like that. I'm kind of feeling like my techniques slip away from me a little bit, and I need to get that back. Spend some more time practicing. But I would like to play something for you guys. Now this, I would basically blame this for really getting me into this mood of wanting to write again. And you'll hear it hopefully before the end of the year. In its final form. Yes, RJ, it is indeed an Ormsby. If the camera even wants to focus on it.
Yeah, focus on it, damn it.
Anyway, it's an Ormsby. It is an Ormsby. So, you'll be hearing a little bit of a preview of this in an upcoming video. There will be videos before that will go up as I am in my break thing. But I want to play this for you guys because I feel like this is the riff that really, when I was messing about with it, was kind of leading me into this direction of like, when you really need to get back in touch with this instrument and start making some music for it. Robert Foster, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. I'm glad that the Ormsby is getting some love. So let me just play a little ditty for you. See, again, I haven't played much all week. Now, it doesn't sound like much, but I've already been demoing it a little bit. I've got a little Pro Tools session running with it, and I'm really excited where this is going to go. I think it's going to be a really cool tune, and hopefully you guys will be hearing the final version of it before the end of the year. And hopefully some more tunes that aren't just me. I hope. I like this. Batman is retiring to the Batcave and someday will return. He thanks you for all the people whom have come to his Batcave live viewings. Indeed. Indeed. Oh, this is very nice. Having jammed with you, you belong making music. In fact, maybe I'll see if we can't do something in January while I'm out there. Even if it's short, it'll still rule. I still have that video of the riff we were playing around with back last year. That was fun. Too many strings and too many frets. What's the matter, Quentin? 1/6 too bothersome? Don't be scared. It's only one more. Put that song into a musical and that you're going to write. Get back to that love of life. I appreciate that, Lillian. Thank you. I'm not going to be writing any musicals, that's for certain. But at the very least, I have a couple tunes that I've been working on recently that I'm just like, I guess it's time for me to write that. I guess it's time for me to write that instrumental album. Or at the very least, an EP of some sort. There we go. By the way, I haven't even gotten to the point of actually talking about the board I'm using. It's very minimalistic tonight. So the amp, Rock Reverb 100, as I usually try to do. Boss TU3, Keeley Compressor Plus. Way Huge Camel Toe, which is the green Rhino on the left side, and the Red Llama on the right side. Then that goes into the front end of the Rock Reverb. That goes into the Boss Tube amp expander. That's doing all the cab simmy stuff. And then coming out of the effects loop of that into the Keeley Echoes. So all the prettiness is all Keeley. All these tunes are like stuff I wrote on a 6-string, so playing it on a fanned fret 7 string is just... It's funny how badly I'm playing them. David Pekarski, how you doing, David? Good to see you. Stank face like crazy. I can stank face with the best of them. Looks like the Ormsby's getting some love. RJ likes it. I think Bray likes it too. Bray likes the Chugga Chuggas. I know you do. I've seen you messing about with your neural DSP plugins, you. It's time for the Wonder Twins to go to bed. Buddy, we'll talk more soon. Take care, buddy. Even at 65 and counting down to 66 quickly. Super sweet sound and riff. See? Dad gets it. Sean, is a fan fret guitar like an Ormsby easier to play? That's a great question, because ironically, in some ways it is, and then in some ways it's not. Allow me to show you where it's easiest. So, what I love is the fact simply that with this kind of guitar, the low pitches, which are the pitches that are always most problematic to keep in tune, especially for a guy that likes to tune down like myself, the chords across the fretboard stay in tune much, much better. spy chord. What are you going to do? So normal like power chords and things like that are actually fairly easy. And triads and things do pretty well. For the most part, I would say the easiest range is from fret 5 to fret 17. But when you start playing leads up at the top, because you start angling this way, some of the stretches can be pretty murderous. Obviously, standard scale. Not too bad. But if you want to do something a little wider, it's not terrible, but if you do it like a lot, once you start getting up to these frets where you'll find yourself like, wow, that is a lot farther than I want it to be. If they were just angled a little bit more and you were able to straighten your hand out just a little bit, those are a bit difficult. But for the most part, it's really not that big of a learning curve. Some things are easier to play, others are easier, others aren't so easy. But I just really love the way that things stay in tune on it. You know, you think like a piano with the lower pitches having longer strings. It's the same basic principle, really. But I did just change the strings on this, so I think I may very easily knock things out of tune. Come on. And for those of you wondering, I'm using a set of Horizon Devices strings on this, and have for the last few string changes, Horizon Devices strings. But yeah, there was a while for this guitar where I was kind of to RJ's point. 7-string for me is easy, as I have nerve damage and fan fret guitars let me practice longer without pain, which is pretty awesome. And there was a while for a good couple months. This was the guitar I picked up every time I wanted to play. I think the only time I picked up a guitar other than this was if I was practicing for like a Sunday worship set or something like that. But I love this guitar. It's great. It's the best 7-string I've ever played. I have no qualms saying that. It works for me. Unfreaking believable asking what's muting the strings above the nut. It's just a small piece of electrical tape. And it's not doing anything really muting wise. I don't do the whole like how Greg Howe has the hair tie and he'll like move it up here so he can do his multi-hand tapping thing. This is something that I do to a lot of guitars that I record with. And some of the ones that I play live with, is I often notice that there are some overtones that get produced at the headstock that can produce a ringing that's a little distracting. And so just having something to dampen the vibrations here at this part of the headstock, at this part of the guitar, at the headstock, even just a simple piece of electrical tape. No real pressure applied down onto it, just laid very lightly. Just flatten it down a little bit. No big deal. Takes care of those really, really easily. And yep, fan frets on for the win on 7-string guitars. I have to agree. I have to agree. How have I not acknowledged Laz here? I'm feeling like a loser right now. Love you, Laz. Thanks so much for tuning in, buddy. It's even good for stoner stuff. Slow and chugs and it's a great guitar. Let's try something else. I'm gonna make some quick adjustments here. Why? Because I can do what I want, and I felt like it. Because I felt like it and I wanted to. After this live stream, clip out the 7-string jam and post it separate on your channel. Call it 7-string goodness and get loads of views. There you go. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Electric Wizard with the octave fuzz. Oh, yeah, that would be good. That'd be good. You know, it's funny with, you know, not doing these live streams anymore. Like, I'm totally gonna miss it in a way because, like I said, I've just really enjoyed what we've I've totally enjoyed what we've actually been doing here and what we've built, because it's really cool to see so many familiar faces show up every single week for this. It's kind of crazy to think that 3 years ago when I started doing this, it was mostly just because people were trying it, and I thought, like, hey, maybe I could do something that would be of value. And for a while, I think we actually really did do some stuff of value. Fret Level Midnight, how you doing, buddy? And for a while, we were doing some really cool stuff, and I've really just enjoyed the fact that we've built something here. There's a lot of you guys that you all hang out on other streams. You all hang out and talk to each other. And when you guys come here, you bring that community with you. And that's what I've really enjoyed. And that's something that I want to maintain. Obviously, it's going to be a bit difficult not being live to do that. But I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, we're all dudes, hey! Love it. Love it. And I love the hang. I'm gonna miss that. I'm really gonna miss that, the hang and being able to interact with you guys. And what I've always tried to do, and I guess I can say this is sort of my parting address to you guys, and to everybody watching, whether you're a guy, whether you're a girl, whatever you identify with, this is always what I've tried to do, is I've wanted to create something where anybody can feel welcome to be a part. Everybody hear me now. Everybody hear me now. For some reason, my network is low. I don't know what's going on here. What did I miss? What is ending? Fret Level Midnight, you are here on the finale of SPJ Live. We're going to be moving on. Going to be moving on. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, that was weird. I'm not sure what happened there. Yeah, right at the important part, as David said. Alright, I'm going to just let the stream catch up a little bit. Because I want to make sure that I say this and that you all are able to actually see me saying this. Okay. Alright, I think I can, let's see. Darn aliens. They're playing with the satellite. I love it. I love it. It's true. They are. They really are. But anyway, what's been cool for me about doing this regularly for the last several years has been this community that we've built. And I want to encourage you all to continue to foster that community, not just on my channel, but wherever you guys go. It's been really pressing on my heart recently, knowing that this change and this transition was going to be coming, and that I wasn't going to be doing these streams anymore. And just seeing a lot of the rhetoric that I'm seeing these days in so many different aspects, and the way people behave on YouTube, the way people behave on social media in general, it's just very divisive. And I don't live that. Some of you may know that I play at church, and yes, I do. I'm a Christian. I identify as a Christian, if you want me to say that. But I was reading the other night, and I came across a psalm that really touched me, and it was saying how too long have I dwelt as a man of peace in a land where nobody wants it. And too long have I been, every time I open my mouth, I seek to bring peace, but others are for war. And so much of what I've wanted to do with these live streams, and by inviting you all into this community and into this space, has been to create a very positive place for us all to joke as guitar players, to share our experiences, and hopefully for some of you that want to pursue a path like I did to do this professionally, that some of my experience will help you learn something. That's always what I've wanted to do. YouTube was never a career for me. It was never something that I saw as a viable thing. It turned into a viable thing. So I don't want to leave this knowing that we can't make our corner and our segment of the world a better place. And that is a lot of what I'm going to be doing as I transition into doing these new videos and pursuing these new ideas, is further enriching the guitar and the music community in general. I've been sitting on ideas for years that I just really feel like it's time to steer into the skid and pursue that. I get asked tons of questions about, you guys give me so many great compliments on my playing that I honestly don't understand, because I'm my own worst critic, or maybe my wife's my worst critic, but I'm not going to go there. But no, I am my own worst critic. And for me, it's very important to, if I have some knowledge that I can pass along, then I want to pass it along. I get asked a lot of questions about what's a good practice routine. I get asked about songwriting, about production. How did I really do this? I want to actually, I've always wanted to offer things through this channel that are going to enrich us all as musicians. Whether we are the teenager just starting out, that really is the person that I'm making a lot of these demo videos for. I make them for people like me. That at my teenage years, I just wanted so much information about this gear, But then there are other folks that watch this channel that are much further along in the journey, that want to get into the nitty-gritty and the nuances of actually pursuing this as a lifestyle. It's a tough road, and it's a big choice, and those are the ideas that I feel like now it's time to really get into those, and it's time to push myself into those, so that unfortunately certain things do need to get sacrificed, and one of those are going to be these live streams. And I hate to have to quit things. I don't like quitting. I really don't. But instead of looking at this like quitting, I'm reprioritizing my time and my energies, and wanting to do content. And I don't like, I've said this before, I hate the term content, because it just feels so impersonal. And I put a lot of myself into these videos. I'm going to take these out now since I'm not going to be playing anymore. I put a lot of myself into these videos, even a lot of myself into these live streams. And it's energy that I want to focus on those new ideas to further enrich you all watching here live right now, or whether you're watching in the future. And I really want that for music, because music has given me has literally given me everything in my life. Literally, without without picking up the guitar, my life would nowhere be what it is today. I would not know the people that I know. I would not be sitting in this room had it not been for music and not been for picking up the guitar. Oh man, John ZD351, how you doing, John? Good to see you. Thanks so much for joining in. Unfortunately, it's almost the end, but I feel like you've come in at the important stuff. But yeah, for me, it's, man, I'll tell you what, it's music is a really crazy, it's a really crazy road, and we have so much that we can do, and I want to do so much more with this life that I've been, blessed to live, in that I am living this dream of a 14-year-old boy standing on stage for the first time, and there you go. Like, I have guitar collection like I never could have imagined. I have more pedals than I know what to do with at the present moment. I have so many friends that I have made through this channel, and it's just now time to, in a way, give back, maybe? I don't know. I don't know if giving back is actually the way that way I would put it, but it feels like that in a way. Thank you, Fret Level Midnight. I appreciate that. Anybody knows where I can find more of these Levy seatbelt straps? Please DM me on the Insta pages or whatever you so choose. It is so nice to see some of the comments that you guys are pouring in right now. I swore I wouldn't. I swore I wouldn't tear up, and I'm not going to. But I just want to thank you all for helping me create this community. I want to thank you all for coming back continuously and asking questions, much like Fret Level Midnight is asking right now. If I've ever tried bare knuckle pickups, unfortunately, I've only tried one bare knuckle pickup, and that was in Rabia's signature guitar from Chapman, which sounded great, but I don't have nearly enough. I really don't have enough experience to say what I feel about the entire line. And to your second question, are we ever going to even get a random SPJ live? I'm not ruling that out. I'm not ruling out the possibility of firing up a camera and going live again. It's not outside the realm of possibility. But at this, pull my finger, I will leave you a parting gift. I don't know. But for the time being, and for the indefinitely, the regular weekly, bi-weekly live streams are going to be going away, because I want to focus on these new ideas and put out these videos that I feel are going to be far more enriching for you all to watch than me just sitting in front of this camera for now we're almost at an hour and 15 minutes. I feel like there will be more value if I spend more of my energy on a 10-minute video that is just completely full of information and full of something for you all to take away from that. There you go. I do I'm not even gonna I swear I'm not gonna cry. So obviously I love my family, and this is a big thing that I have never really addressed, but I really should, is my mom, because she did crack the whip, as my dad is saying right here, because for 2 years I was not into this, and I just, for some reason, I kept going, and in a way, my mom just cracked the whip kept making me go until I reached a certain point where it all made sense. And now I'm here, and that's awesome. So what is going to be happening in August as this the live streams end, and your pal here is going to be taking some time off? There are 2 videos that will be coming up in the next couple of weeks, one of which will feature the Westminster Effects Augsburg amp sim. Some of you may remember we had Cody from Westminster Effects on last year, and it was shortly before the release of his Geneva amp sim, which was a Vox style. Vox style, don't sue me, Vox. Vox style amp sim. This is a Fender Deluxe style amp sim. And then, of course, what I'm going to be coining as the mid-season finale of Stompbox Saturday, we of course have the CXM 1978, which I am so excited to share with you guys. This pedal, what can you really say about the automaton stuff? It's just gold. It just is. So you'll have some videos, and I might be toying around with the shorts format on YouTube, because I've done a couple things on there, and I kind of like it. It's kind of fun. Obviously, I'll still be posting from time to time about things that are coming in, things that are happening. I'm selling gear and whatnot. I'm going to be sort of rethinking things. I'm going to be building a website, which is crazy to think. I'm going to be spending some time just chilling, kind of recentering myself. Some people will feel like, whatever. I'll be reading my Bible a little bit more, trying to calm myself down a little bit, get myself back to a good center. Spending some time with some people that I really enjoy spending some time with, and also just enjoying myself and enjoying taking a moment to breathe, not having to look at these bright LED lights for hours on end in a day, in any given day, and just getting a little healthier, mind, body, and spirit. And when I come back, I anticipate that when I do come back, I'll have some really good ideas and some really cool videos for you, and that we can keep building this community that we've built, where everybody is welcome and a guitar can always be heard. And you may not see me live, but you're going to be seeing me always. I'm not going away completely, but live streams are going away, but I will always be here. You can always reach out to me on social media with your questions. I'm always happy to answer your questions, and always happy to see where you are, and if I can guide you in any way in your musical life and wherever you're going. Fright Level Midnight, I appreciate that so much. It means a lot. But we're not going away. We're just going dark for a little bit. And I'm excited about that. I'm excited to go dark for a little bit. Shut off the shop lights, spend some time with my family, fix the Batmobile, and paint the Batcave, as Terry just said, and maybe repair my relationship with Jason Todd, as it were. But Batman never goes away. Batman's always there. I will always be there to protect Gotham. Just sometimes even Batman needs to send out Nightwing and Robin and Red Hood and Batgirl to do the work, while him and Alfred just chill at home and formulate the plan. So I don't know what else to say. It's an hour and 20 in, and I would like to go take a walk in the neighborhood with the wife, So I'm just going to say this. Thank you all so much for everything that you have given to me and helped me build on these live strings over the course of the last 3 years. We've coined this place the Bat Cave for live streams, and I love it. I love it so much because I am an enormous Batman fan. I love that you guys refer to me as Batman. I love that even on days where I would wear glasses, it went from Bruce Wayne to Clark Kent. I appreciate that so much. I'm looking forward to sharing these new videos with you when they're ready. I'm looking forward to sharing. No, Robert, I am not a Bat Dad. I am not a Bat Dad. I'm not a Bat Dad. Not yet. It's not time for that. But I am looking so forward to sharing these new ideas with you. I'm looking forward to coming back rested and rejuvenated. And we may not be seeing each other on a regular basis, but I will always be watching you. Gotham will always be watched. Don't you worry. The live stream archives are here. Video archives are here. You can always reach me through social media. Facebook, Instagram are usually the ways that I prefer to be contacted. My email address is there. You can find it if you want to ask me a question directly. But I'm hoping that over the course of the next month, there will be some developments in ways that you guys can help further support the channel in more intimate ways. You can get better access to what I do, and I will be able to share things with you in a way that you're not going to have to worry about content getting filtered for one reason or another. But I love you all. Thank you so much for spending your day with me. Thank you for spending this last hour and 20 minutes with me. It's awesome that you stayed as long as you did, and I look forward to seeing you all after my break. And of course, until then, I am your old pal, Sean Pierce Johnson, wishing you all watching great tone, great health, and of course, happy stomping. Cheers, friends. I will see you in the near future. And until then, God bless. Love you guys. Take care.